Of the theology lecturers here and vice principal at Nazarene Theological College here in Manchester, England. And I'd like to take a brief moment just to introduce you to the lecture series. This year marks the 47th annual Didsbury Lectures. It was inaugurated in 1979 by Professor F.F. Bruce. And it's hard to imagine, but here in 3 years we'll celebrate 50 years of the series. And just today we nominated the 3 names who we'll consider for the 50th anniversary. The goal of the Didsbury Lectures is to combine high caliber scholarship in a way that's accessible and readable. From the start, the college envisioned a lecture series that would be relevant to the church, but relevant to the academy, where both would mutually enrich each other. Wherever possible, the lecture series is published with Cascade Books, an imprint of Stock. And I'm delighted to announce tonight that the 2024 lectures have already come off the press. In fact, 5 months after they were given in record time. And so John Baer's lectures are here in accordance with the scriptures, The Shape of Christian Theology, and you can buy it for $9.99 on Kindle. This evening, I've invited my colleague, Dr. Samuel Hildebrandt, who is our Director of Research, to introduce this year's lecture and to chair this evening's session.
Thank you very much. Good to see everybody coming out. It's a pleasure today for me to introduce our speaker, Stephen Barton, who is a native of Sydney, Australia. He came to England in 1977. And as many of us, then never left again. And pursued postgraduate studies at that point, first at Lancaster University and then at King's College. Stephen is an Anglican theologian with a specialism in New Testament studies, taught first in Salisbury and Wells Theological College in the mid-to-late 80s, and then at the Department of Theology and Religion at Durham University. Currently, he's an honorary research fellow both in Durham and Manchester. Stephen was ordained in Durham in 1993 and serves currently on the ministry team of the parish of St. Michael's Church in Lichfield, alongside his wife Helen, who's also ordained. A lot of publications to his name, some on the table out here, and I'll mention just a few of them. The Spirituality of the Gospels in 1992, Discipleship and Family Ties in Mark and Matthew, 94, Invitation to the Bible, 97, Life Together, Family, Sexuality, and Community in the New Testament. And today, and most recently, he's been the co-editor of the second edition of the Cambridge Companion to the Gospels, and in 2023 with SBL Press. One God, one people, oneness and unity. If you have been in the Bible and mental health class that I'm teaching here once in a while, we also have one chapter that he wrote on Paul and mental health. So certainly something that we have come across and the students have come across. And going by the titles of the lectures tonight, I feel that we will also travel a bit more in that direction. So I'm very excited and very grateful. Thank you for joining us for tonight and the next 3 nights. Excited to hear what you have prepared for us. Join me in welcoming Stephen.
Thank you, Samuel, for that very warm and generous welcome. And it's a great pleasure to be with you and to be invited to give the 47th series. As Samuel said, the first given in 1979 when I was a fresh-faced postgraduate in this country, just having come from Sydney. So that's a long time ago, and there's a lot of water that's passed under the bridge since then. And it's been my privilege to know well a number of the previous Didsbury lecturers and to have benefited from their scholarship and their friendship and collegiality. So you have a great tradition going here. I'd like to express my thanks to those responsible for the lectures, Principal Deirdre Brower, Dr. Kent Brower, Dr. Thomas Noble, Dr. Jacob Lett, and Director of Research, Dr. Samuel Hildebrand, and also the college chaplaincy for inviting me to preach in chapel tomorrow. And I'd like also to make public my thanks to my dear wife, Helen, who's given me such wonderful support in the writing of these lectures. It's quite a costly business in a way to make the time and the space to do this work. So I'm grateful to her and want to acknowledge that. So my theme for the lectures is the conversion of the emotions in early Christianity. And my title for this first lecture in the series is On Being Moved, Introducing Emotions. In the year 387, Augustine's mother Monica died. We know from the confessions that Augustine's bond with her was very strong. My life and hers had become a single thing, he says. Most importantly, she was the one whose prayers and example had played such a significant role in his Christian conversion. So, to grieve her loss, to weep tears of desolation, would, to us, have been entirely natural, even necessary. But Augustine struggles. I closed her eyes, and an overwhelming grief welled into my heart and was about to flow forth in floods of there's a lack of faith in the providence of God regarding the destiny